This is Joey Chicago,
and Leigh with Pop Evil, and you're watching
Loud TV.
Turn it up.
My name is Joey Chicago. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and I've been with the band just under 2 years now.
Yeah.
So it's not from UK, it's not from Michigan.
Yeah.
So it seems that could become a worldwide.
It's expanded now. No longer a Michigan band, for sure.
Yeah. I think with modern music being recorded the way it is, Leigh's very, very current with the way that he's searching after how he's collecting music and how he's doing things and how he's working with the band. And that was the way I was doing things and recording as well. And so that was pretty natural to start working together that way. And then with the band, we all get together and do rehearsals and get ourselves ready for the road to present the best show possible. I was also in a band called Egypt Central and Devour the Day. And then we've known each other a long time because we toured together early on in our career. So we've been friends for a long time, and now we just get to hang out more.
Finally, it seems like it's been a long journey, and then of course the pandemic, not only just to get here, but like you said, Joey coming in, and the band's kind of evolved since our last time here. And the pandemic changed a lot of things for a lot of people in a lot of different ways. And and what I thought the good thing that came out of the pandemic was the musicians that want to still be here are here, and they're here with a different kind of, not only a sense of urgency, but they're here with an appreciation for the fans, for each other, and for the journey now more than ever, because we had it taken away from us. So it's been really therapeutic in a way to be back with this lineup, like all working on the same goal, but also supporting each other. That has been very different, pre-pandemic. And after, there's a support and appreciation. Like, I think that we all understand how much we need each other, just as much as we need the fans, and to be back now here to Europe, to Paris, and then of course be playing new music. It's a little overwhelming, man. It's a little, and it's personal payback for me. Last time I was here, I was really sick, so I'm excited to be back, feeling great, by the way. So I'm ready to throw down tonight. Definitely to be back with new music, and the show's been incredible. So
Yes.
Can't wait to finally have it here and play it here tonight, and we're excited. So again, it's like starting over again. I feel like every bit of momentum we get in Europe, something's happened where we've had to take a step back. So we're really hoping now more than ever, this is our big window to really take some big steps and push the band forward. So we're really looking forward to starting that today, this tour. Yeah.
I think though, we've talked about it on the bus, the divisiveness and things that have kind of come from the pandemic. It's all over the world, and that's what makes music in my heart and his heart that much more important now. The healing properties of music and what it does for people in these kind of scenarios, and the way that it brings people together, whether they're on either side of whatever they're arguing about or whatever. You can tell at the shows we all come together around the love of music.
Joe, were you part of the writing process of the Skeletons?
I was, actually, and it was a really, really cool experience because Leigh he's a very open-minded leader of the band, and when we first started, one of the things that we both agreed on is it doesn't matter how it's written as long as it's the best possible representation of what we're trying to do with the band. And I really felt like Leigh and the team curated that, and it was really special for me to be a part of it. I loved working with Drew and the guys that he has on his team, and no one's sad about having tacos in LA, so that wasn't a bad thing. But it was a really very cool process for me.
What about in the bus? It's cool.
Oh yeah. It's hard to complain when you're on a bus. Yeah.
A lot of people on the bus, but it's what we're used to. It's what we've been used to for a long time, and it's important. And I think now more than ever, the band's getting along differently. Like, we all are supporting each other different. I know it sounds obvious, but it's really rare to have 15 people all not only keeping their own adversities or challenges in their everyday life, but keeping them kind of buried so you can be the best version of yourself for the people around you that are living with you in the moment. Because when one person there's a negative energy there, it can really spill out through the rest of the bus. And when you have a negative bus, it adds to the shows. I mean, and it's so important that we're all making sacrifices away from our friends, families, like to be the best version of ourselves. I mean, when we're out here fighting and arguing, it's disrespect even to our families now differently. And I think we understand that again post pandemic, that like seeing just and again I can speak for myself, I know Joey can speak for himself as well, but like to see the tears from our family members, like with us being gone and now being home for that long, like, oh, now you got to leave again, and to be able to look them in the eye and know that and to tell them, yeah, but we're really fighting for real this time, like this is for real, like we're really going, we're lifting each other up differently. Be able to look at your family members and tell them that, and to have them give your blessing that, yeah, we got your back. And I mean, because they're taking care of, they're letting us be rock stars in the real, like as we tour the world, they're doing the little things, right? They're paying our bills. They're making sure the stuff's done on time. They're making sure people are getting to practice, and all the little things are done for us and our families, so we can continue to do this. So it's very important for us to give them the utmost respect, to just keep the grind going, man. So it's been like I said, and like Joey said too, that there's been a whole resurgence internally for us. We all know we can play music and write songs. That's the, I don't want to say easy part, but that's what we know how to do because we've been doing it so long. Being in the real world and respecting each other and respecting our families, that has taken some time. And I think that now we've become, you get a little bit older, you get a little bit wiser with that. Like we realize, I know Joey's, we put some of our personal selfishness aside, like the drinking and those bad habits that lead to, fights on. It doesn't matter how creative or how great your song is, if every time you get back on the bus, you're fighting with each other. You know what I mean? It just doesn't matter. And like to understand that, when Joey came in, he took the best things from his bands and he's still playing in his bands, and he's I think with someone that's got it together, that's as mature as like a guy like Joe, we've been doing it a long time, when he can take those things and see, wow, there's things from this camp that really that I didn't have at my camp, but I know the things at my camps that they don't have here. And when we can really bring those together, it really solidifies those things in our everyday life, or his other bands too, where he's like, wow, okay, that didn't work here for a reason.
Right.
It's a reason why it works here and it also works there, because it's coming from a good place.
Yeah.
When it's not, it doesn't work, and then all your creative musical excitement goes out the window. So it all affects itself. When you really get a team on here, people like everyone, we always say in our band, like everyone's the best at their position, right? Everyone's the LeBron James, Michael Jordan at their position. So everyone's got that security, but your position means nothing, including mine, without the other four members.
Yeah, you don't win without the team.
Yeah, you don't win. It's almost like the cartoon Voltron from the 80s, right? Like
Yeah.
lions are cool, but the robot lion is way
when we
cooler,
come
right?
together,
yeah,
man,
when you
yeah.
come together, man, and it's pretty rad. But it sounds cheesy, but that's the honest truth. And I think that since we've kind of flipped the switch in our minds to just really be the better versions of ourselves, not only is the band being more successful, but we're having more fun, and if that's the case and we can keep doing this, because it's a journey, man, it's a battle. It's tough going back to Europe and starting over when we're packing rooms in the US. It's tough emotionally, but we realize that it's important to us. We want our European fans that are here, very important to us, and we want to give them an opportunity to see us more regular. And so we're going back home after this tour, and we're going to fight the fight to make sure we come back 1 or 2 times per album cycle. So that's definitely on our radar. We all are on the same page, and we're going to try to do our best to get it done. Joey and I together. So it's and the rest of the team, and then we're going to see if we can't get it done. So we're excited.
Leigh does a really good job of curating all the way through and thinking about not just the people in Michigan, even though they're definitely at his door making him remember they're there, but the whole world, and I think that part of that is that, we do have members that are from Europe, and we have people that are just from all walks of life, and we want to be able to curate and be a soundtrack to everybody's life, not just Americans.
We are on Earth.
Yeah, we are all actually human too, so it does connect us.
We are just all skeletons, guys. Yeah, got it. Queued it up.
Do you feel your role as an artist, as a writer, like opening the eyes of or the ears of the listeners, and
or I say we're like those, like the Hallmark cards in the U.S. they have that like speak the language of us. We speak that language of hard rock and metal. Like you think about those things in life when parents, doctors, lawyers, people who couldn't help us, the one thing that always was there, at least for me, and I know I speak for Joey as well, like music was there to get us through, you know, and so to take the responsibility to wear that hat, to give somebody that maybe doesn't know even what they're going through, but then they hear that song, they can go, wow, look at themselves in the mirror and have a change of heart to be like, wow, like I do have the strength. I am worth something. You know, people do love me, man. I do matter, you know, and I think when that song that sometimes can be just as simple as obvious as that really open your eyes and remind you of your self-worth, I think that's the true beauty of what music can do. It's powerful stuff. You know, it's like we always said too, it's not really, music's our religion. You know, it's like that's the thing that's like our Mecca, right? So it's to be able to write songs and to change people's lives in a positive way is something we take very, we take very big responsibility for. We try to be the best versions of ourselves to help others, and even if it's just in a small way, man, a 3-minute song, then that's what our purpose is. Then we're willing to, you know, to do that for people.
I think too, like as the career has gone on, and I don't know if you feel like this, but you get to a place where you're done collecting the parties, you're done collecting the hangouts, you notched all that off, and when that doesn't fill you up, it's actually you go back to the moments where someone told you your song saved my life.
Yeah.
Or my mom, I listen to this every night before I go to bed. I mean, that's the stuff I'm gonna die with.
Yeah.
Honestly. Not the parties, not the people, not the clothes, not any of the bullshit, to be honest.
We're not in the Motley Crue movie.
Yeah.
but-
No, right,
No,
exactly.
there's nothing about those.
But
Motley Crue movies
when
that
you're
are-
young,
yeah,
when
yeah.
you're young, you think you have to do that.
Right.
You think you have to really be it. You gotta Mick Mars a little bit of your life.
Well, that's all we
And-
saw growing up.
right,
That's all we
right.
saw.
And
So
that was
if
what
you're
your
gonna
soul-
be a rock star.
Yeah.
You're going to basically have to be on life support, you know, and on your deathbed to
Yeah.
be worth anything.
But
you
it's
know what
not
I mean?
like that. It's
It's not like that. These younger bands, man, there's a whole sense of eating clean and healthy foods and no drinking. I mean, there's a coolness in all that healthy lifestyles changes that these younger kids are really
and making the
changing
right
guard.
thing important,
Yeah.
which is
The music.
the music and the connectivity with the people who
Yeah.
we all really need it.
Yeah.
We do.
You guys are unbelievable!